Hey y'all, it's me. I think I'm giving up the dating apps.
When it comes to guys approaching you, like, they're scared. Like, they need a signal.
40K, 50K, a guy on 40K, 50K cannot afford you, can't afford me.
Dating has become some type of a scary. Men aren't men.
It's always a man's fault, isn't it? Just when will men stop being blamed for everything?
Hi, I'm 25. I have been single for my entire life.
Can we normalize being single? Like, why is everyone always trying to get into a relationship?
The reason that you haven't found love yet, if you're a single woman who's over 30, isn't because you're...
It's because many of them were too busy playing the field. Now they struggle for love. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
When it comes to guys approaching you, like, they're scared. Like, they need a signal. And back in the olden days, the Jane Austen era, women would drop a handkerchief because a woman could never go up to a man because, like, sexism. So a woman would drop her handkerchief on the ground, like, in front of a guy, and then he would pick it up and then he would approach her. That handkerchief in the old days is a smile in 2023. Okay?
Never having been in a relationship, chronic singleness should be studied because it does something to your brain. It messes with your brain. Never having been picked, never having been wanted, never having been desired, as you go through all of these years, 27 years for me, 27 years of wanting connection and trying really hard for it and not getting it. And that chronic singleness is something that wasn't talked about when I was younger. And I'm so grateful we're talking about it now. And then you're gaslit by people in a society that tell you that you shouldn't care about it, that if you want it, there's something wrong with you, at the same time telling you you should be wanting it because all the books, all the movies, everything is talked about is romantic love and what it is like and what it feels like and that you should want it. And so when you seek after it and you never get it, it messes with your brain.
I mean, I get it. This woman is dealing with the painful reality that she's never been in a relationship, never been chosen, never truly desired. And honestly, she's not alone. There are so many women out there voicing the exact same thing. They're opening up about how they crave love, real connection, and someone to share life with. But no matter how hard they try, it just doesn't happen. She said she's been trying to be in a relationship for 27 years and hasn't been able to find one. That's wild. 27 years of trying and not one single relationship? That's either a serious case of bad luck or there's something deeper going on that she's not talking about. That means she's probably been through a few dating phases, trends, and shifts in the dating world. If you've gone that long without forming even a basic connection, it might not be that no one wanted her. It might be that she only wanted certain types of people.
I'm really curious if anyone else in LA feels like you have a social life, you have friends, but you really just feel so lonely, like all the time.
Let's be honest, sometimes being single can really suck. And I know I advocate being single a lot on this, and I do believe it. I think being single has a lot of benefits. But I also want to be real and acknowledge the fact that some days it doesn't feel great. And I think when I have those moments, especially when I'm feeling down about being single, one thing that really helps me is I remind myself that the universe has a plan for me.
Dating has become some type of a scary thing. Men aren't men anymore. They say they want a good woman, but they really just want to have sex. They will spend the money on you for dates if you get a date, but they lie. They lie so much. They scream, I'm single, but they're messing with a handful of women. It is so scary to date. It is so scary to trust anybody. And the ones that really pretend like they're ready have so much trauma, have so much baggage that they really don't have the ability to be in a relationship. They just want one so bad because they are needy, but they yet say women are needy.
I understand your frustration, madam. I really do. But if you keep going for the same types of men over and over again, it's no wonder you keep getting played. At that point, it's not even about bad luck. It's about bad choices. It becomes your fault for falling for the same trap multiple times, especially by men who clearly show they're emotionally unavailable and only looking for something casual. You can't say men aren't men anymore simply because you failed to evaluate. That's not a fair assessment. It's just deflection. You didn't take the time to truly understand the man in front of you. You ignored the red flags, overlooked the warning signs, and romanticized a situation that was never serious to begin with. And now, you want to blame all men for the poor choices you made? That's not accountability. That's victimhood.
These are things I find incredibly chic. The first one is never having had a boyfriend ever. It's giving so chic, just being a chronically single girl. Another thing that's incredibly chic is not having had your first kiss. Like, okay, honestly the most chic thing there is. Lastly, I think being a hopeless romantic is incredibly chic. If you relate to any of this, just remember you are chic.
Get ready with me while I talk about being chronically single at 22. I don't know, it's just something that has always bothered me. Obviously, getting older, everyone has been in multiple relationships before and have experienced a lot of different things. I haven't. No, it's not a bad thing, but it does make me sad sometimes.
Dating in 2025 as a woman. So, majority of women will have a better experience having multiple men and being a hoe in 2025 than having one man. This is unfortunate because of the quality of men. Men are not able to step up to the plate anymore. They're all becoming feminine. They're all using too many apps, and they've all forgotten how to take care of a female. So if you feel that you can make more money dating, then I would definitely go and date. But I would say majority of women, they should just be a hoe for 2025. Because let's be honest, when you actually give someone a chance on an app, a platform, the quality is just not there. It's not there anymore, ladies. Like, until it changes or there's some type of movement in men that they want to be a provider or someone that spends and takes care of you, then don't even waste your time. You're better off literally just being alone.
Amazing, isn't it? A woman single-handedly dragging down other women to her level and doing it proudly. She's out here preaching that women will have a better experience if they entertain multiple men at once. Basically promoting being a hoe in 2025 like it's some kind of empowerment. And you know what's not surprising? Just scroll through the comments. Multiple women are agreeing with her. They're doubling down, saying this is the way to go, that this is how they win. Why? Because they claim men aren't stepping up anymore, that men aren't leaders. What they don't realize is that this mindset isn't liberating them. It's damaging them emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. They might laugh now, saying, "I'm just having fun." But deep down, many of them are empty, tired of being used, tired of pretending they don't care. But the sisterhood circle keeps cheering them on, encouraging each other to keep lowering their standards so no one feels left behind in the struggle.
So I frequently get the comment, "You're so pretty, why are you single?" Pretty and relationships don't correlate. If I tried to invest in a relationship with every single person in my DM, it would be a whole bunch of wasted time, because guess what? Most people in my DMs don't actually want a relationship. They're just commenting on the way I look, which, okay, that's fine. But it's just like, I'm trying to tell you guys, it don't correlate into relationships, okay? It don't. All right? Thank you.
I think there are so many women in this sort of situation who end up single in their 30s who are amazing. And they don't seem to be meeting the right, or, you know, a guy that matches up to their level. But I think there's something to be said about the fact that when you are in your 30s and you have your own success and you've built your own life and you're independent, you don't need someone. So they have to be really, really special for you to want to actually invest your time in them.
Well, it doesn't make sense. If those women are so amazing and successful and claim they don't need a man, then why are they still looking for one? Why are they struggling to find love? You can't say you're independent and don't need anyone, and then in the same breath cry about being alone. The truth is, many of these single, successful women will remain single for a long time, and it's usually because of two things: their attitudes and their masculine nature. And honestly, it's impossible for most men to deal with that. A lot of these women operate in constant defense mode. They treat relationships like business negotiations, like the man has to prove something to them just to be worthy of their time. It's all about control, dominance, and being right. But relationships aren't boardrooms, and men aren't trying to date another man in a dress. That masculine energy, always trying to lead, compete, and never be vulnerable, pushes good men away.
Well, let's just take it your way. Yes. Fuck attraction. You're supposed to be the attractive one.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, I don't care about your attraction. I don't care about love either. Why do you women think you get it all? What makes you so special that you get it all?
Men get it all the time. So yeah.
No, we don't. And we accept what we get. No, ma'am, you got a choice. Because here's the thing. Here's the reality. Are you ready? The reality is what you have to negotiate with right now has a time limit on it. It will spoil. It will get old. And what you have today, it won't be worth the same thing 5 years from now. Because it ain't worth the same thing as it was 5 years ago. So after this is over, because it seems like you have maybe some girlfriends around or people around, I'm not saying this to be hurtful, man, but you got to tone this down.
If you're tired of dating and you're tired of being on the online dating apps and you're like, where's my person? I'm tired. You need to ask yourself, what is the alternative? The alternative would be you could get back with an ex that you're not stoked about. You could settle. You could be with somebody who doesn't value you. You could be with somebody who doesn't consider your feelings. You could be with a low effort man, or you could continue to know your worth and raise that bar, baby girl, because you're the one holding it, and have faith knowing that everything is working out for you. Everything is right on time. Everything comes to you in the perfect time, space, and sequence. So your job is to continue just knowing what you want and getting rid of the things that are not that quicker so you can make space for the things that are that.
This doesn't make any sense. The very reason these women are single is because of the standards they've already set. So should they keep raising them? Really? There's nothing wrong with having standards. Everyone should have a sense of self-worth. But let's be honest, some of these women's standards today are just insane. And that's exactly what's keeping the majority of them single. They refuse to come back to reality. They don't realize they're running out of time, not just biologically, but emotionally. Eventually the attention slows down, the options get fewer, and the silence gets louder. But instead of asking, maybe I need to reevaluate, they double down. And the longer they stay in denial, the further they drift from the very thing they claim to want: love, connection, and a stable relationship. It's like some of them are so afraid of being vulnerable or choosing a man who's actually good for them that they'd rather hide behind delusional expectations than admit they're lonely. And instead of adjusting those standards, reflecting or growing, they just keep the cycle going.
We need to normalize saying that you just want a casual relationship, because here's the thing, here's the problem. So many people want the benefits of being in a relationship, but the freedom of being single. Like, news flash, yes, there are a lot of benefits to having like a partner, but also there are downsides. You will have to compromise. You will sometimes have to go to restaurants that you don't want to go to, concerts that you have no interest in. That's just a part of it. You will overall have to do things that you wouldn't have to do if you were single. That's the problem these days. So many people want all of the benefits, but are not willing to hold up their end of the bargain. For those reasons, I think it is so much more respectable to say like, hey, I'm just looking for something casual right now. I am not ready to be in a relationship, than it is to say that you're ready to be in a relationship and actually not have the mindset of being in a relationship at all.
Sorry, I had to go to volleyball, but what I was saying that is I think we should commend people for being honest with themselves and other people that they are not ready to be in a relationship. And no, I'm not talking about myself. I myself am ready for something more serious. That being said, I would not judge someone for being upfront that they are not.
I mean, I do agree. If people want a casual relationship, they should just say so up front, so they don't waste anyone's time. Honesty saves everybody the headache. But the reality is, the majority of women today aren't even looking for anything casual unless money is involved. Let's be real. They don't want a relationship. They want a sponsor. And they'll dress it up with phrases like, know your worth, or don't settle. But behind all that empowerment talk, there's often a silent demand. Pay to play. It's not about love, connection, or even chemistry anymore. It's about lifestyle. If there's no man footing the bill, there's no interest. Period. These women aren't showing up with the mindset of, let's build together. They're showing up like, what can you do for me? If you're not taking her to a 5-star restaurant, booking vacations, or handing out money like candy, you're already disqualified. And yet they'll call that high standards. But in reality, it's just high expectations with low contribution.
Because personally speaking, I've also been single for a long time. And in the beginning, it was like, oh, this is so much fun. You're at peace and I love it and I can do whatever I want. I only have to focus on myself and blah, 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 blah. That shit gets old real quick. So I'm out of the like, oh, I'm single. I can do whatever I want. I'm at peace. I love it. I don't have to worry about no man, blah, blah, blah. That season, that part of the single life for me is over. Now I'm in the next part of the single season where I'm like, where is my man? Where is my man? I'm tired of being by myself. I'm tired of going to weddings, family events, friend events by myself, no plus one. I'm tired of dating myself. I've went on enough dates with myself, spent enough money on myself. It is not enough self-care in the world to replace the feeling of being with someone else. It's just not. So I do enjoy my single season, but at this part in my single season, I'm ready for it to be over.
If you haven't been picked, whatever you're doing is wrong. Like if you're over 35 and you haven't been picked, whatever you're doing is all wrong. So I suggest considering new options, new types of people to date, and new ways of doing things, okay? Because you're not going to get the 45-year-old if you're 35, okay? They're looking for the 25-year-old now. Okay, so just understand this. You've waited too long. That's why I'm telling these young girls, get on it. Get on it now. The faster you get on it, the better you can do. Now you can still do it at 34, yes. But you're gonna get more if you're younger. That's why I'm saying get on it young. If you're 34, you need to go for somebody in their 60s. Okay? Don't be trying to get no 37-year-old or 42-year-old. It's not going to work. All right.
If a woman is 30 and in the dating market struggling to get picked, that's simply because she started taking life seriously a little too late. Those are usually the women who always put fun and partying at the forefront and place dating and relationships on the back burner. And now, it's not surprising at all that they're struggling, because for years they prioritized nightlife over building a life, the club over commitment, temporary attention over long-term intention. And the scary part, so many modern women today are heading down that exact same path. It's like they're reading from the same playbook. Live it up in your 20s. Don't settle. Chase excitement. Travel. Focus on yourself. And then hope that the perfect man is just waiting at the finish line when they finally decide it's time to get serious.